Hey guys, welcome to the Spiritual Awaken Life Planner. I thought I'd give you a little bit of a behind the scenes look into the planner and what you can expect. This planner is very non-traditional. It has the normal general like monthly, weekly, daily, but it also has a lot of different things as well. And I wanted to explore that a little with you. So for the planner, we really have this broken down so that each of the tabs are interconnected. You can easily click yearly, monthly, weekly, daily, habits, health, money, goals, astrology, notes, and lists. So every section is broken down with a beautiful divider that I designed myself. And basically every single aspect of these dividers has hyperlinks so that you can go to particular sections. So here we go to the soul mapping your vision section. We can go back to yearly and go to the desired feelings and goals section. Each of the sections that are more big have these little dividers. That way it's easier to figure out where you basically want to navigate. One of my favorite things is the letter to higher self section, where you can literally write a letter to your higher self. And then we have your more traditional side, which is like the monthly focus. So we have our quarter goal check-in, which honestly, I personally find a lot of use out of quarter goals. I don't know about you, but I don't like planning my entire year. I personally love planning about 90 days. So that's really about one quarter. So when I stay in touch with myself, I stay to that particular quarter and only have quarterly goals or quarterly intentions. It just makes me have less overwhelm and feel kind of like, I don't know, I have more clarity, I would say. Finally, as we move through the monthly, you can see your standard calendar with your 3 top goals and your to-do list. And this is usually the general setup for about the quarter. Then we move on to the weekly. And the weekly is honestly one of my favorite ways to get that bird's eye view of the week. So, check in on a Sunday and start to look at your weekly intentions. What do you want to do Monday? What do you want to do Tuesday? What's going on throughout the week? Do you got to go shopping? Do you got to go grocery shopping? You got to pick up the kids? Is there appointments? It has that really beautiful weekly layout where you can have that bird's eye view. And then on top of it, we also have this connection piece to the yearly goals. So in the yearly section, I take you through a process that I call soul mapping your vision. And it's where you go into how you can connect with both your masculine goals and your feminine goals. So you go into different areas of your life and you start literally creating a vision of what you desire to see. So we have this same kind of framework playing on here where we have self-care, exercise, mind, body, soul, and fun. And you'll notice that there's a reason for this. Every single element of the planner kind of interconnects to the next. So yearly connects to monthly, connects to weekly, connects to daily, which brings me to the monthly reflections. So on the end of your month, you can also have a reflection page where you can start to do like a little audit on yourself on what is working, what isn't serving me, what are the beliefs that support me, and have like that goal check-in. I personally love checking in on my goals and my intentions and just having that general time for self-reflection, especially at the end of the month. And then finally, for fun, we have a monthly memories section, which talks about, what practices you enjoyed this month, what spiritual practices, what activities, what you're watching, what you're reading, what you love this month, your favorite quotes you found this month, and all sorts of fun stuff like that. Now, the daily section is honestly the most familiar section because this is literally featured within the Mind Body Revolution. So what I've done here is I kind of just skimmed it back a little so we can focus more on the core elements of the Mind Body Revolution, which is all about using mindset and body embodiment practices to attain your goals. And it helps you sustain your goals through mental and emotional support. So what we have here is our weekly goal check-in. We have our mantra. We have how I desire to feel. If you're familiar with Desire Map, I purposely did that. And it also has spiritual practice where you can check in with your mind rituals, your body rituals, your soul rituals, and your daily joy, which is, I feel, a critical. When you're on the spiritual path, having daily joys is an essential part of your day. Finally, we have that movement check-in so that you can stay in touch with how much you're being active and being physical with your body. I find that personally, the more I'm active and more tapped into my body, the more grounded and safe and rooted I feel. So I feel more grounded in general with who I am. And then, like I said, we have kind of that similar element of going back to the traditional planner. We have our daily schedule, our top priorities, our to-do list. This is one of the most standard pages on the entire planner. Then we have daily intentions. So this is where you can kind of brain dump your affirmations, your thoughts, whatever you desire. So it's kind of more of like a hybrid journal. And then finally, we have limited beliefs to let go today, and how can I embody these affirmations, which is a very unique way where you can start to process and shift your mindset inside of your planner. This is a very unique process that I've personally created, and I find it to be super therapeutic and effective for really doing rapid perspective shifts with my mindset. So you have that as well. And then we see that everything is just set up for weekly goals here. Now, when we move to habits, things get a little bit more different. We have the habit tracker, which is all about that 30-day goal sheet. So we have our 30-day habit tracker. What I suggest here is you should really be considering what is something that you want to work on that maybe you're slipping on, or what is something that you're not very consistent with, but you'd like to be more consistent, or maybe you want to start a spiritual practice, but you keep falling off of the spiritual practice. This is what I would put here. I wouldn't put like brush my teeth or, make sure I drink tea or something random, but I would instead put, this is more so like, I want to achieve something new, but I still need help. So this creates that awareness piece where it can really help show you how much you're doing something, how little you're doing something, where you're seeing your energy slip or change. And it will show you a lot about how you can personally essentially figure out where can you instill the habit better. Then we have the weekly habit check-in. This is more of your standard habit check-in, which is all about, keeping in touch with the goals. And then we have, I know it's right here. Yeah, your moon phase check-in. I'm most excited about this part. So we go over the different phases of the moon, and then we have your classic moon tracker. So you can keep track of your symptoms, your emotions, your menstrual cycle, manifesting, or even just keep in touch with your healing journey with following the phases of the moon. Then we have over here a moon journal, which is all about checking in on whatever comes up for you. I know there's not a ton of space here, so what I did is I created a little bit of an extra sheet for those who love to write just like me, and that way you have plenty of space here to keep in track with the moon, but also kind of note, what comes up for you during a particular phase. I find this to be so therapeutic and really helps me a lot with bringing more conscious awareness into my life. Moving on, we have the health section, which is a little bit more different. So we have the food log, the movement log, water, and mood emojis. So you can keep in check with what you're eating. So say if you're working on your diet or you're working on, fitness, this is a great way to stay in touch with what you're eating, what you're drinking, what your mood is. And then on the other side, which is my favorite, we have mental health check-ins, which is all about holistic health. So we have our spiritual practice, self-care, mindset, daily joys, creativity, and the number of hours you slept. And then as a little extra bonus, we have the weekly meal plan, which honestly, as a mom, I love weekly meal plans. I don't know if it's just because I'm a mom, but personally, knowing what I am eating for the week reduces a lot of stress in our house. And then we have the more traditional side, which is all about the money tracker. So you can track your income, you can track your expenses, and really this is just that standard tracker. I don't really need to go too in depth there. Then we have our goals check-in. So at the yearly thing, we checked in with our year goals. Now we can bring it back down to our monthly goals. So you can use this section to keep in touch with your monthly goals. you find here that there's also a little bit more of an in-depth process. We have basically, what is my why? What are my mindset and beliefs to embody? What habits, what skills, and getting more in touch with that inner work when it comes to goal setting. Then we have our astrology section, which is a little bit of a bonus section that I wanted to include for anyone who is an astro nerd and loves to keep in touch with the cosmos. So we got that astrology cheat sheet, which is one of my favorite additions personally, because it allows you to stay in touch with what's going on in the cosmos, and if we're experiencing a particular retrograde, what are the energy themes, and what do I need to personally work on? Then we have colors, crystals, and candles. So this is used for manifestation practices and for working with the moon. So you can use this little cheat sheet to essentially help you with your moon ritual practice. Then we have crystals for manifestation. So I know a lot of people are new to crystals, so I left here a common reference guide of some of the more common crystals that you can use for manifestation or for meditation, or in general just for whatever ritual you desire. Then we have the natal chart fill-in. This was an added bonus that I decided to add in very last minute, and I felt that this was a really cool way that you could stay in touch with your personal natal chart. That way you always have it and you can easily write on it and figure out, you could go to astro.com and figure out your exact natal chart, and then you could fill it in as you like with your own colors, with your own stickers, whatever you desire. Then finally, we have that new moon intention sheet, which is all about your moon rituals. So we have the moon rituals set up here. So you can look at the visions of the next phase, your insights, what you want to call in. And then finally, we have that journaling sheet. So you can use the new moon and the full moon. And finally, we have notes where you can journal. You can also duplicate these pages so you can have more than enough. And then we have our standard lists, which is all about what you desire to manifest, what books you're desiring to read, your passwords, gratitude, and then some empty pages so you can personally use, and then some extra resources to further help you. All right, I hope you guys enjoy the planner.